Alright guys, so here are the builds that I'm taking into day 1 CROTA tomorrow. I'm not going to really go over them in crazy detail, but just kind of go over them short. I have a couple builds I'm taking, a few ad clear, and then one DPS build. This is the DPS build I'm taking in with me, so it's going to be Broadweaver. I just said DPS but damage, but you know what I mean. Needle Storm with basically the whole point is using Threat of Ascent with Grapple to basically spam rockets, so the cycle is hitting with Osteostriga to or Wither Horde to add tick damage, then hit Cartesian, and then proc bait and switch with the Apex, and then shoot another rocket, and then use your grenade on the floor below you, which will be your grapple, to then proc Threat of Ascent and reload, and then use your rocket again. And so you're basically using the damage takeover times plus impact deduction on the gloves to basically fund your grenade energy back so that you can keep getting grenades to keep proccing Threat of Ascent, so you can keep reloading your rocket and doing a lot of damage. And then also you can use your super after that first rotation, so hitting Osteo Cartesian and then Apex to proc bait switch, and then you shoot it again with for that bait and switch damage, and then the grapple grenade, shoot it again, and then you can pop your super and you'll get your entire grenade back just from that damage, so you can then proc it again while bait and switch is still active to get even more damage going. It's a really good damaging cycle, and you can put out, I mean, competitive numbers with a lot of the other higher damage builds. Now, the fragments you're going to use for this are Threat of Ascent, obviously, Threat of Generation for that grenade regen, Threat of Evolution to buff Needle Storm, and then Threat of Warding, just so when you pick up orbs, you get a 55% damage resist to stack on top of Resilience, which is a 30% damage resist. There's a lot of slew of different weapons to use with this, but this is what I prefer. I'll show you all the mods here so you can kind of see, using Kinetic Siphon, Heavy Ammo Scout, Heavy Ammo Finder, 2 things of impact reduction, a solar dexterity, resist mods. You can really change it how you want, maybe do elemental. 3 stacks of weapon surge, you can take full benefit of just increased damage. Time dilation to knock that up from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, so you can get 45 seconds out of having just 3 stacks, and a whole minute from 4 stacks, so really useful. And then powerful traction. I mean, these mods are kind of just up to you, whatever you want to use, because I'm not really going to be using, I don't know, a class item that often, just here and there. Now the other builds I'm going to use, I'm just going to kind of glance over here, is going to be the Sun Bracers build, which is the usual Sun Bracers, using Snap Grenade, or Snap Melee, Solar Grenade, Ember of Resolve, Ember of Mercy, Ember of Searing, Ember of Ashes with Touch of Flame and Icarus Dash, using Sun Bracers with 2 stacks of Momentum Transfer, so I can keep that my melee up basically at all times. And this will be a great build to use in Totems Encounter. I think it'll be the best. You want to use 2 Ashes assets. You couldn't get away with 1 Momentum Transfer, but I think 2 is the best, and also with Firepower to get Orbs of Light for your teammates. Solar Surge mods just to help out for my primary weapons that I'm going to be using. And then also double outreach, so when I use my Phoenix Dive, I can get more melee energy back if I don't get my melee back. The other 2 builds I'm going to be taking, actually it's 3 here, is going to be Arc, Stormcaller Warlock, using Fallen Sunstar for just crazy ability spam, using Spark of Ions, Discharge, Shock, and Resistance with Electrostatic Mind, just so I can basically spam abilities with Ionic Traces. And then also Arc Souls, so you can, do a little bit extra damage over time, and the Arc Souls will give you Ionic Traces as well. Pretty simple build, nothing crazy about it. I just wanted to run things like Focusing Strike, Bolstering Detonation, and then also double Bomber on your class item, so you can just keep up that ability spam. And it can even be good as a support for damage. If you already have a Well Lock and a Needle Storm lock, you can use this to give everyone an extra boost of damage, as long as obviously the Arc Soul can reach the boss. And then also this one right here is just basically a Luna Factions build. It's just kind of built to spam, basically using Izanagi's with either like a Fusion and Apex to just kind of hot swap spam and give teammates increased reload speed. And then the last build here is going to be Cenotaph. So basically, if my team is running low on heavy ammo or special, I can, actually it's heavy ammo since I can get the special myself, but be able to just spawn in loads of heavy ammo for my teammates. I can even switch one of these off to maybe a special ammo. So I could probably rock this plus this, since I'm going to be generating a bunch of heavy ammo already, and then give my teammates extra special ammo, so that I'm just kind of constantly flowing ammo to my teammates. and then also getting that 15% damage buff from Divinity, and also creating a big crit spot in case necessary for a boss. But those will pretty much be the builds that I'm taking. This is definitely going to be the build that I'm going to use the most, which is my Broadweaver build, in case of a like actual DPS setting. This will be the build that I use. But anyway, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. Day 1 raid. Catch me live at twitch.tv/SuperDSX, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.